Hello, thanks for joining Gans Finance. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe. Today, I want to talk to you about tariffs and what that means for us and how to navigate this current climate that we're in. So, stay tuned. Now, before we get into tariffs, one thing we got to remember is that regardless of what you're hearing on the news and what you're seeing, if you're the type of person that has really bad anxiety, especially when listening to the doom and gloom in the news, turn the TV off. Go outside and take a walk. Um, I don't know, talk to a friend or something like that. But or you know what, better yet, educate yourself because a lot of the times, what I think is going on in the news is that they're preying on the people that are watching, the viewers, with I'm not gonna say I don't want to say misinformation because I do believe that there's truth in everything. The percentage of the truth put out is questionable, but however, we know that depending on who you're watching and who you're listening to, they're going to lean one way or the other. Okay, and I don't want to. I'm not. I don't want to any type of get into politics or anything like that because that's not what this channel is about. But I do want to address the whole thing with the tariffs and this and what's going on with the stock market in this video. So tariffs, let's start there. So with the tariffs, first off, a tariff is kind of like a tax, right? So let's say here in America, we throw a tariff on Indonesia, for example, and it's a 10% tariff. That is pretty much us saying that okay, for all the goods that you're going to be exporting into our I'm sorry, importing into our country, we're going to charge them 10% to sell their stuff here. And then when we go to sell our stuff over in Indonesia, they're going to do this. They're going to do something similar, right? They might give charge us like 15% or whatever the case is. I don't know the numbers. I think a lot of this stuff is what you're going to find is depending on what you're trying to find to meet your narrative. So I don't want to go into anything because I don't want to try to sway anyone any type of way. So I just kind of keep it general, and that's how I want to take this video. So tariffs have been going on for a very long time, since forever. I don't think anyone can. I think since we've been a country, so it's been a thing. This is not something new in 2025 or 24 or whatever. Like this has been something that's been around for a while. It's a part of a negotiation power that we have as a country. So so let's start. Let's get that out of the way, okay? And then the next thing that I want to touch base on is the fact that like the economy, and how we're like people are reacting, like the businesses and stuff like that are reacting. Like today, I went into a local business and for some services, and they straight up told me they inflated the price of the service because of tariffs. And my whole thought process right there in front of the person, I was like, look, I understand that that's in the news and stuff like that, but the current inventory that you have on your shelves right now was not imported yesterday or 2 days ago. Like you've had that stuff at least a week or a couple of weeks or even months probably on your shelf. It wasn't any type of perishable goods or anything like that. So I think that you need to really watch out for that whole artificial inflation because that is a big thing. We saw that with COVID when it came to the toilet paper, people just doing outrageous things, price gouging and everything like that. And I do think that that's going to happen. So be mindful, get what you need. Don't go out there saying, oh no, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a new car or buy some electronic stuff that you don't need. They are looking for you to do that. So do not do that. Only get what you need. You should always only get what you need, okay? It's financially smart, okay? It is so irresponsible financially to go out and buy stuff in anticipation of something else, especially when you don't need it. It's different if you need something or you're going to like purchase a TV because your TV is 20 years old and on its last limit is flickering. Yeah, you might want to go ahead and get that TV now so you can save a couple of dollars. Again, I don't know the future. No one does. And being as though that the markets react off of it, I feel like some part of that is like maybe like 30% raw data where it's actually factual, and then the 70% is like emotion based off of what and I might even be a little bit lopsided in that, but based off of what the investors want or what they think, so just keep that stuff in mind. Things are going to settle down, people are going to calm down, and then the markets are going to go back to what they are or higher. So don't go trying to sell off your 401ks and traditional retirement accounts and stuff like that. Not just yet. Move slow, turn the TV off, and listen to your financial advisor. If you don't have one, get one, or do your research thoroughly. Don't just take what you see on YouTube or the internet, or don't take my word as gospel. You have to do your own research. Okay. Now I've seen the stock market definitely going down, and that's expected. Again, let me say that again. The stock market and the way it's plummeting, that is expected with the type of situations we have going on in our current atmosphere in this country. So anytime there's a lot of controversy, things are going to happen. It's either going to climb sharply or it's going to decline sharply. We've seen that happen with the shutdown in COVID again. And I keep referencing COVID because that is something that I feel like if you're watching this channel, it's more recent in our memory, something that we can easily look back and be like, oh, and see the graphs and the dips and then the rises again, okay? So let's look at it that way, all right? Now, the stocks. You see, companies like Microsoft, you see that are dropping tremendously, and don't, if you're invested in those sorts of stocks and those things and stuff like that, let's get one thing clear. These trillion-dollar companies are not just going to let their stock just dwindle and go away because of what's going on in the news. They're going to find a way to get that stock price back up so that people like you and I can go and buy their stock. So don't just go and sell your stuff. If anything, I look at it as a time to buy, because to me, in the stock market, everything's on a discount, except for if you are investing in like AT&T, which AT&T actually went up, or is at least kind of like stable a little bit, at least the last time I checked. But don't take my word for it. Do your own research. So hopefully I calmed some nerves out there. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. I really do think that this is something that needs to be talked about. Let's generate some discussion. I might put out, depending on how things go, how this does, I might put out more videos on it if needed. But again, calm that anxiety down. Share this video with someone that you know is stressed out about the stock market or about the economy or about just things in general that's going on that don't make sense right now. At the end of the day, I love my country. I still believe in my country. I'm a veteran, so of the armed forces. Yeah, active duty, by the way. But I do trust in this country to bounce back. And I think we are a strong people as Americans, regardless of what side of the aisle you stand on. I'm all about unification within my country. So if you feel that way, give me a like and subscribe, and let's keep our heads up, okay? I'm not here to preach doom and gloom. I'm here for the positivity. All right. Thank you again for stopping by my channel. I'll see you in the next one.